Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with week 2 of the SPDA Mafia division. We're faced off against Sir Mag, who is quite the character, and he has quite the team as well. Hoopa, very strong Pokemon. I happen to have a very good counter for it though. My team has one water resist and Tauros Aqua goes crazy here. I do resist the dual stab with Swanna, but Wild Charge is a clean kill on Swanna, so this thing's a huge problem. Thickable can set up webs. I'm not too scared of webs, to be honest. I do have double defog and a spinner, but they do have a spin blocker. Two spin blockers. So Hitmonchan is never clicking spin this game. Spiritomb is kind of a hard counter to it. I think Terra Ground on Toucannon makes a lot of sense here to help against Iron Thorns and my other electric types for that matter. And then they have the triple NFE starter, and Krokorok is also really good for Iron Thorns as well. They have 4 Intimidate users, so Iron Thorns is going to have a tough time here, and any physical attacker for that matter, which is why I brought Special Swanna, as you'll see. This week I figured Electric Terrain looked pretty good. Getting that attack boost on Iron Thorns would be nice. I really don't want to run Booster Energy this week. I think Air Balloon for Krokorok makes a lot of sense. I wanted to do, not Mirror Orb, what's that item called? Adrenaline Orb Swords Dance to get the speed boost. But I figured Air Balloon just lets me set up Dragon Dance on so many Pokemon. So that's what I went with. Nothing else was too exciting, as you'll see. Here's T-Tar, pretty much max speed. It's enough speed for Hoopa and Luxray, I guess. Stone Edge, Wild Charge, Ice Punch hits the whole team. I have Pincurchin, DOS but slow, with a very standard set, just max HP, max defense. This thing is kind of my switch-in into Tauros, although some rolls at 2-hit KOs, just if it's like boots. If it's banded, it's doing like 80%. Discharge, get some pairs, could be nice. Scald, get some burns. Set up some spikes and heal myself with Recover. Maybe I should have been Terrain Extender over Citrus Berry, but we'll see how this set works out. Next up is Drifblim, a sweeper. I think the exact same set as last week. No, I had Shadow Ball last week, but their Air Slash resist is only Luxray, and I figured I beat that with Wisp plus Strength set. So I think I can just do Mono Air Slash as my attack. Combine Wisp, Strength Zap, Air Slash. Enough speed for, I believe, Scarf Tauros. And then max special attack, and then some defense. Next, Skuntank. Pretty boring. I think this is to live 2 Focus Blasts from Specs Hoopa. Could be wrong. And enough speed for, I believe, Hoopa. This is just my Hoopa counter. I have Lash Out for all of the Intimidate mons. Knockoff's a good move. Poison Jab. To be honest, maybe I don't even need Poison Jab here. What does it hit? Nothing, really. And then Sucker Punch is a nice priority in case like Agility, Vikavolt, or Trailblaze Luxray get out of hand. Next up, Swanna. I'm bringing Scarf this week. Their only rocker is really Crocodile, so I'm not worried about hazards. And then Hydro Pump is a pretty free click into their team. Their best resists really don't appreciate, or their only resists do not appreciate taking a Hurricane. Terra Blast Ground as well, and then Flip Turn just to pivot around. I have Terra Blast Ground. I don't remember why I brought it, because to be honest, I don't think it hits anything. Makes me weak to Aqua Jet. Maybe just for Wild Charge. I don't know. I think I had Terra Dark knockoff at first, but I switched to fully special because of all the Intimidate. I still don't know why I brought Terra Ground. Anyways, last up, Raichu. Just a Life Orb 4 attack set. Knockoff kills Hoopa, and then my special attacks are good into everything else. Enough speed to outspeed their whole team. Tauros before Electric Terrain, and then max special attack Life Orb to do some damage. That thing can kind of be a late game cleaner if I break early game with Swanna or something. So, what do I expect to see? Honestly, I could see any Pokemon coming. I mean, top three probably come, and then Spiritomb pretty good. I think Terra Ground Toucannon makes a lot of sense. I think Krokorok makes a lot of sense as well. We see the Komala. Besides that, nothing too exciting. Uh, Toucannon does not show up. I thought Ground looked pretty good into me, but they're going to use Krokorok as their Ground type here. I got to be careful of webs, but besides that, I think we're good. Swana's always my lead. It's faster than their whole team unless there's Scarf Tauros. Um, and if they are, uh, I think the rest of my team is really strong into that. So Swana is my lead. I get the Krokorok lead. This is a fantastic lead for me. They're gonna switch because Hydro Pump would just kill them. Getting chip on anything would be good. Um, like a Hydro Pump on Tauros would be great. Anything really. If you go Komala and I Hydro Pump, which does nothing, they are AV, which is good, which means they're not Wish, which means this is permanent damage. I decide to click it again. They're not really going to do that much damage to me, so getting more damage on this thing is fantastic. Putting it in range of Drifblim, helping it counter it a little bit better, or beat it at least, would be good. Also putting it in range of Raichu is really great. They knock off, and I go for Terra Ground flip turn here. I decide to Terra Ground this turn because I want a Volt Switch immunity. I do not have Lightning Rod on Pincurchin. I get a crit there, which is nice. An extra 15% that did. Maybe puts it in range of like knockoff from Raichu or something. So I flip turn and I go out into Pincurchin. Rabbit Spin does not do too much. And I get my Citrus Berry and I kill him with Discharge. Pincurchin getting a kill. Who would have thought? Krokorok comes out. I believe I switch here. I don't actually know if Earthquake would have killed me there. If it didn't, maybe staying in to click Scald would have been a better play. But I do go into Drifblim. I actually want to calc. Just 1 second. Alright, so if they were max attack, oops, sorry. If they were max attack Crocodile, Earthquake usually kills me there, which is why I switched. In hindsight, if I had stayed in on the taunt and clicked Scald on them, even getting that 30% or whatever it would be massive. That puts it in range of Ice Punch from Iron Thorns, helps Drifblim kill them as well. Also, if they're max HP, Surf does not kill them, so getting damage on that would be really good. But making the safe play and going Drifblim on Earthquake, or Taunt for this matter, worked out fine. I just start clicking Air Slash because that's all I can do. And I bring back in Swanna. I figure since I have such a high HP, they probably want to Pain Split. They're not going to be able to kill Swanna with anything anyways, so I go back to Swanna, and they do Pain Split. I get a little bit of extra chip on them for that. And I click, I think, Hydro Pump here again, right? No, I click Terra Blast, okay. So Terra Blast into Hydro Pump would have killed there, based on the damage I did with Air Slash. And I get a crit on Terra Blast, that's really nice. Again, just putting it in range of like an Air Slash from Drifblim, Discharge from Pincurchin, and it makes me not have to hit Hurricane on this, which is nice. I am slower though, so I have to switch, and I go Drifblim. This is going to do a lot of damage. I was fine with sacking this Pokemon. I just want the recoil chip. I don't think Drifblim is that good this game anymore. I'm pretty slow, so Hoopa's probably faster than me. So down goes Drifblim. Did not quite kill um, the Tauros, and I think I go into the, yeah. Oh no, I go in Pincurchin, okay. I decided to not go Raichu here because it puts me in a bad spot. Knockoff usually kills, but if they have a little bit of defense investment, then it won't. Also, just having to predict something on the switch is not ideal. It kind of lets in Spiritomb. So I decide to kill it with Pincurchin and get up my terrain instead. I'll make a really bad play here by clicking Scald instead. I mean, they could have clicked Close Combat, I guess. But if I had just clicked Recover there, or Spike, maybe that would be a better play. So out comes this thing again. I go into Swanna. Earthquake will not kill me. And I think flip turn, or did I click Hydro Pump here? I clicked Terra Blast. I think that was a fine play because I don't really want to switch into an Earthquake on anything on my team. I don't want to use the balloon yet, just in case they click a different move. So I just clicked Terra Blast. Their water resist is dead. Maybe a bad play because Hydro Pump actually does not kill here. Had I just clicked Hydro Pump this turn, I would have 2 KO'd them. I go into Skuntank because I'm figuring they're not going to Pain Split. I'm at 5%. They're just going to attack. And they do. I do not want to let this thing get a free Pain Split, especially since I'm max HP. So I go back to Swanna. If I sack it, that's fine. They do click the Pain Split again though, and I get extra chip on them. Terra Blast is a roll to kill, but Hydro Pump is always killing if it hits. So I click Hydro Pump and I hit my 4th Hydro Pump of the game. Vikavolt comes in. I'm fine with letting Swanna go down now. I just want damage on this thing. They end up being Citrus Berry, and they get up Webs. Webs aren't too big of a deal. In electric terrain, Raichu's still faster than everything, even if they're Scarf Hoopa. And then I have Air Balloon on Iron Thorn, so I'm still faster than Hoopa with that as well. Skuntank speed. Now I'm slower than Hoopa. That's not a huge deal. Hydro Pump again, hitting my 6th Hydro Pump of this game as they take me out. I bring in Raichu. I know I will be faster than this thing even after Web, and I get a free Surf. I'm in a little bit of a tricky spot here. I do have pretty much full HP Skuntank, which should be beating this Hoopa. But this Web being up is a little scary. I decide to sack Pincurchin here so that I can go back into Raichu and kill them with knockoff. But they end up being substitute. This is very bad because now, yes, I'm faster with Raichu, but they're behind a substitute, so I can't use that to revenge kill this. Instead, I have to go into Skuntank and use pretty much its whole HP, which is fine because this thing's not doing anything against Krokorok anyways. So, Skuntank just comes in to start clicking knockoffs. Focus Blast gets a Spidef drop. The next one should not be killing though. And they're just going to stall out my electric terrain. Makes sense. From this point, to be honest, once electric terrain is gone, Krokorok is faster than everything after webs, and Earthquake just wins the game if I was not Air Balloon. So I totally it makes sense why my opponent was going for this. They Focus Blast, don't kill me, and I knock off. They ended up being Salic Berry. I did have Sucker Punch, so that was never going to sweep, assuming they were at low enough health to where they couldn't get a substitute up. Krokorok comes in, I decide to just get a bit of chip. Even if I set up rocks or whatever on my Sucker Punch, that's fine. I want to see what this thing set is. Um, they end up being quite defensive. I just want to double check that though. So me doing 9% there tells me they're pretty much just um, max HP with a little bit of defense maybe, which means they could be faster than Iron Thorns, and they could taunt me on Dragon Dance, but they should also be dying to +1 Ice Punch. So I go into Iron Thorns, and I decide to click Dragon Dance because I might be faster, and if I'm not, I don't really lose all that much. I can still Ice Punch, and actually I think that would lose me the game, but if I Ice Punch on their Crunch, I would also lose the game. So it's pretty much a 50-50 here. Is if they're faster and taunt me on Dragon Dance, I lose. But if they taunt on my Ice Punch, I win. And if I Dragon Dance before they taunt, I win. So I figured Dragon Dance has the most chances of success, so that's what I go for, and I do end up being faster than them. They get the slow taunt, and then Ice Punch takes them out. So Ice Punch was always 2 at KOing there, so if I clicked Ice Punch there, it was also fine. So the only scenario I lose there is if they're faster and taunt me on DD. So I can't DD, and then they crunch into Earthquake to kill me. So a close end game, but we do get it. I think if I was Terrain Extender on Pincurchin, that game was much easier. Hoopa would not have been able to stall out those turns, and then Raichu would have been faster and won late game. Also would have had an attack boost, so I never had to click Dragon Dance. I could have just clicked Ice Punch. in the future, I'll probably bring Terrain Extender, not Citrus Berry on Pink Urchin. So we do win. It's a pretty close game. I think that puts us at 5 or a +5 differential, and we're 2-0 in Mafia. Not too bad. I think I played fairly well. That late game was a little sloppy, but we got it. Second Drifblim I think was fine. Yeah, I think generally I played well. I think my opponent played quite well as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.